places I didn't know. I broke everything new again, everything that I'd owned. I threw it out the windows, came along. Streetways I know will part the colors of my sea, all perfect coloring. Extreme ways that held me, they held me out late at night. Extreme places I had gone, had never seen any light. Dirty basements, dirty noise, dirty places coming through. Extreme worlds alone, or did you ever like it then? Oh, I would stand in line for this. There's always room in life for this. Oh, babe, oh, babe, then it fell apart. It fell apart. Oh, babe, then it fell apart. It fell apart. Extreme sounds have told me, they held me out late at night. Oh, I didn't have much to say. I didn't give up the light. I closed my eyes, I closed myself, I closed my world. I'm never open up to anything that could get me all. I had to close down everything, I had to close down my mind. Oh, too many things could cut me, too much could make me blind. I've seen so much in so many places, so many heartaches, so many faces, so many dirty things you couldn't even believe. I would stand in line for this. There's always room in life for this. Oh, babe, then it fell apart. It fell apart. Oh, babe, then it fell apart. It fell apart. Will you say my name, Lord? Would you say it well? Would you say my name, Lord? Or say it well? Oh, I know I can. Oh, I know I can. Oh, I know I can find you. Oh, babe, then it fell apart. It fell apart. Oh, babe, then it fell apart. It fell apart. Oh, babe, then it fell apart. It fell apart. Oh, babe, like it always does. Always does.
A good evening, OsG unit. You're watching the most ready show on YouTube. Welcome to the OsG Nightrider show. I'm your host, OsG Nightrider. So here we are. Episode 10. The relaunch. Now guys, we have got a lot to unpack in this episode. So hope you all ready. Hope you're ready to brace yourselves. By the way, in case some of you are wondering why this is called episode 10 now, is because this is simply replaced the original episode 10 that was abruptly removed from YouTube for the violation of the community guidelines, for which I will be getting to that during this episode. The reason as to why I've decided to go ahead with this is because I've been sort of back and forth on whether or not I was going to actually want to relaunch this again after everything that has happened since like the original episode 10 and the rest of the episodes that had launched prior to this. For those who want the backstory of what the OsG Nightrider show originally was meant to be about, it was meant to be about three protagonists. You had me, you had Arcade Pilot, and you had a guy named MJ. On a personal level, this entire show was never meant to be a cheap Temu version of the Jerry Cole show or the Jerry Springer show. It was never meant to be centered around any of that. It was meant to be about three people doing a podcast sort of show and having a laugh. But over time, during the show, things sort of went off the rails to the point where one of my hosts either left or kept getting fired because of being in an intoxicated state. Now, the truth will be revealed about everything, for which I'm about to get into right now. So, hope you guys can stick around because you're going to want to hear the tea. Right. Where do I begin? You see, guys, with this one guy who is now my former co-host, you may know him as MJ, right? The reason as to why he was fired in the first place is because, you know, one, he was intoxicated every single time he appeared on the show, right? Knowing he was told countless times to never appear on the show intoxicated, as in drunk, because of how he could be, right? He kept saying, oh, you said, oh, if I'm a good boy, I can stay, and all that. However, there have been times where I allowed it, and there are times where I wasn't so happy about the decision. Now, bear in mind, when MJ was abruptly fired from the show, initially, right, he started making unedited videos and posting them to his YouTube channels, which is the Explore with MJ and the Vlogs with MJ YouTube channels. The videos was about me and his time on the OsG Nightrider show, and he was talking about him being in a dark place and everything like that. They had to go to AA and stuff. Just constantly looping around, you know, not actually getting to the point and stuff. So, me being me, I chose to react to some of them videos on the show, right? But there was one in particular video that I reacted to, which was on episode 10, which he has now since deleted from his YouTube channel. Right? Now, me personally, during that reaction video, right, I went to this whole entire reaction completely blinded, right? On a personal level, I had no idea that anything was wrong at the time. But what I did not realise is that there is one part of his video that I missed, which caused a TOS violation, for which also affected my live stream at the time, because I reacted to it. Now, it wasn't until about 1 or 2 days later where I received a notification from YouTube and an email informing me that the original episode 10, should I say, was removed from YouTube due to violating the community guidelines based on bullying and harassment. And I was thinking, what? I was thinking, why is the episode been taken down from YouTube for that reason? So I took it upon myself to review it, and it gave me an example of what was removed, and then I realised the events took place when I started to play that segment of his YouTube video, which also contributes to the fact that he also removed his video, and he tried making out that, his video got took down for violating the community guidelines, which I don't believe for one split second. So I was like, no, there's no way you could have had your video taken down for that reason, because otherwise you would have had a warning on your channel. Right? I literally explained this, right, in the WWE SmackDown Shut Your Mouth live stream, which was a 9-hour live stream. But MJ he was sort of bouncing off of the stream to get information about what I was talking about and stuff, right? But then MJ being MJ decided to record 2 YouTube videos, for which he has posted to his vlogging channel, where he was laughing and giggling about the situation. And then he tries to deny reporting the episode, knowing for a fact, right, that he said, he would never take it down. He was in support of the show, and he hoped that the show would go well. Well, that couldn't be the truth, could it? That was far from the truth, because it's all well and good him saying at the time, it wasn't me, man, it wasn't me that took down your live stream, it wasn't me that took down the episode of the show and stuff like that. But his behaviour in them 2 videos says otherwise. Because if you truly did not take down or have that episode taken down initially, if you didn't have that episode of the OsG Nightrider show taken down, MJ, then why was you laughing about it? Why was you laughing? That's what I'd love to know. It doesn't make any sense to me. It does not make any sense at all as to why you would laugh and giggle. It really doesn't. So, and that was that. But also, we was saying things along the lines of, chew your beans on it, man. I'm thinking, what? What do you mean, chew your beans on it? I mean, what the hell are you talking about? You know what I mean? It's as if he was making a full-blown joke at my expense. On a personal level, I don't think he wanted to be on the show from the beginning. Now, me personally, I never once wanted him back after that. However, I gave him chances, yes, I gave him chances to clean up his acts, and I did. Well, he just wasn't willing to do so. I mean, to be honest with you, I pitched the idea to MJ that he would be a co-host when I was thinking about launching shop in the first place. I knew Arcade Pie was already in for the co-host role, but I thought, let's have a third co-host. But there was just no one at the time that I could ask if they want to be a co-host. So MJ was around. I mean, MJ was always appearing in my live streams, and Minnie was all good about it. Minnie was all cool at the time, So I asked him if he wanted to be a co-host and that, and he basically agreed to it, And yeah, that was that. So he agreed, and then I eventually came up with the idea of doing a show, which is this. However, I'll give you a bit of backstory about MJ and I. This is around about late 2024. Yeah, late 2024. Around about New Year's Day, right? Me and MJ agreed to part ways. Me and MJ agreed to part ways around about that time. This is around about New Year's Day, right? This is where me and him officially parted ways. But I did say to MJ, don't be a stranger. There'll be a time where me and you will eventually cross paths again. So that wound up happening months later. Apparently, right, for those who don't know, me and MJ eventually crossed paths again following my departure from the LCU Discord, right? After me dealing with a couple of unwanted people at the time, right? So there was that. Basically, but little did I realise that MJ was allegedly, MJ was dealing with the same people as I was. How true it is, I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that, because this is the story that he told me. He told me, right, that he was dealing with the same people, that he recognised the voices of one of them from a social media site called TikTok, where the individual was talking about his dog or whatever it was he said to me and stuff. And yeah, I saw talking about his word at the time. Like I said, I don't know how true it is, because I don't know the full backstory. So that was that. So then me and him started talking again. MJ was always appearing in my live streams, especially the most offensive stream, which has now been deleted, which is the We're Taken Over in Full Effect stream, where, at first I was reacting to some Becky Boop. At the time it was called Queen Supreme. She had Roxy on, like Roxy Unfiltered. And it was all going well. But then MJ came in and we started watching that stream together while it was live. And then, yeah, that was that. Then MJ started talking about AI and transgender people, his beliefs and that. Then, not long after that, a guy named Jamal ends up randomly popping in the Discord on panel, starts calling us a bunch of gooners and stuff, and that's where it all unfolded. At first, I was initially meant to get rid of the guy off panel and out of the Discord, but I chose to let him have his say. But then, upon me doing so, he just exploded into utter chaos, and that. So yeah, that was that. I was also accused by this guy of being a racist. I'm thinking, how am I racist? In what way am I racist? Like, because basically, he thought I called him something, which I didn't. However, right, he made a threat to MJ saying, I think, actually no, I can't remember what he said now. I know that was one of the streams where he threatened her up, and MJ, but I believe if I remember correctly, right, because I did watch this back, oh, that was it. He said to me, initially, he wouldn't be seen anywhere near my location. That was it. He wouldn't be seen anywhere near the city or hometown I'm in, right, as in the current location where I'm at now. Well, as in the city, right? Then I turned to him and said, yeah, because you know exactly what will happen. You'd be, like, removed from the area, like, you'd be, as in the police would end up removing you, or having you sent back to wherever, like. But instead of me saying it that way, I actually said something about him being deported or whatever. So he took that as me being racist. I'm thinking, what? Just because I misspoke, you're trying to call it racism. I'm thinking, what? How does that make any sense? Like, obviously, you had this other guy named Doc, who I believe is a fake doctor. I'm not being funny, as I said in one of my streams. I don't believe for a single solitary microsecond that this guy is even a qualified doctor. Simple reason because when I initially saw him on camera, when he done a face reveal, right, he looked rough, and he did look rough. I did not see him wearing a qualified doctor's uniform, right? It didn't even look as if he was outside of a working establishment where he was supposedly working, right? All we saw at first was a freaking pavement, and then he showed himself on camera, right? That was it. I didn't see any uniform. I saw what he was wearing, but it didn't even look like a uniform to me. Now, me personally, if this guy Doc wants to prove his point that he's an actual doctor, right, all he needs to do is actually provide me, or at least provide some evidence, like qualifications such as a diploma or anything like that, to prove that he works in a medical facility such as a hospital or whatever. Until then, I'll take him at his word, and I will literally believe him. But until then, I don't, because it's not that. What kind of doctor speaks to people with an attitude, and also, what kind of doctor goes out of his way to troll people online? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. This is something I called him out on in the WWE WrestleFest live stream, and I did. However, like, yeah, well, back to the whole MJ thing at the moment. We're gonna go back to the MJ stuff right now, because we'll get back to the other people in just a bit, because there's a bit more I want to say about the MJ stuff first before we even take a little dive into the individuals that we were just talking about. With MJ, when I revoked his host role at first, yeah, he did not want to come back on the show. He did not want to come back on the show at first because of everything that was happening. This is literally following. I believe this is following the little private group call in the group chat and Discord involving him, me, and these individuals. Now this is where it gets interesting, guys, because you're going to want to hear this as well. You see, how this all freaking played out is because, honestly, with MJ, he kept antagonising these people, right? He literally kept antagonising. Was in an intoxicated state, right? Now, if he didn't do what he did, he would still be on his show to this very day. And his show wouldn't have literally declined, because this is the whole reason why this show almost declined. The fact that I'm here right now doing this show on my own, it just proves that this show did not really decline. It almost declined. Because otherwise I wouldn't even be doing this show today. Or should I say tonight, sorry. Right. From what I gathered, right, about this so-called group call in the group chat is that with MJ, he initially wanted to set up a group call, or they wanted to set up a group call with him, sorry, or whatever the case may be, right? I think initially, from what they told me, is that they wanted him on his own, or whatever the case was. Now, me personally, I'm thinking to myself, why on earth did they want you on your own? Like, you know, because, you know, if they would have got, if they would have got him on his own, for example, they would have got him on his own in a group chat or in a group call on Discord, right? MJ would have been owned verbally against these people. He wouldn't have stood a chance against any of them, which I already know about, right? He wouldn't have stood a chance. He would have been going to this completely blinded, unprepared, mind you. So I thought at the time, right, I initially said to MJ, there is no way you're doing this on your own. There is just no way you're going to go into this group call on your own. So I said to him, right, I want in. I said to him, I literally want in on this. Not to get involved in any way. I said to MJ initially, right, here's a deal. You get me in this little group chat thingy, or if it's a call maybe, I'll be facilitating it, as in being a moderator, as in a referee sort of thing, right? So that's what my initial role was supposed to be. I was meant to be like refereeing it to balance things out, to make sure that it didn't go too far or nothing offensive was being said. But however, that's what wound up happening eventually. Because, mind you, I made a mistake by leaving his bedroom to go downstairs to go to the toilet and have a cup of tea at the time. But little did these people realise that I did not go downstairs straight away. I was literally standing right outside the door for a good minute or two. I literally listened to the carnage unfold. So I thought, so I didn't say anything. I just thought, oh my freaking god, they're already pounced on him. So I had to act fast. So yeah, I literally did what to do. Then, you know, I came back up, and then only to realise that MJ already left. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, so I thought to myself, oh okay, he's now gone. Right, what do I do now? So I was like, I was there to clean up after his mess. In essence, I literally had to clean up his mess, right? Because obviously he agreed to it. He agreed to this little group chat with these people, right? Initially, I was never supposed to have been involved in this, right? I was never supposed to be involved in any of it. However, I volunteered to be there as more support. You know, I was meant to be there for more support, to make sure that things didn't took a dark turn for the worst or whatever. So yeah. But I did. I was there. MJ, he didn't want to come back into the group call. However, he was willing to come back into the group chat on Discord under one condition: to screenshot everything that they were saying. Everything that they were saying down to a T. So I thought, okay, you can come back in for that, right? But then as soon as you've done screenshotting everything that you need to screenshot, doesn't matter what it is, just get your screenshots and get the hell out of there, right? Basically, I was still in the court at the time. I had to clean up loose ends with these fucking people. So I did. Eventually, they all left. And then I just sort of thought, you know what? I'll just do a little bit of trolling, get the better of them, like I always do. Then I eventually left. I eventually got the hell out of there. I actually left. And I said to MJ, whatever you do, under no circumstances are you to involve me back into this stupid, pathetic group call again. And he never. He agreed. He left me out of the group call. And fair play to him. So that was that. And then obviously he did say that he got all the screenshots he needed to get. And he sent me some screenshots. And I looked at them and I realised that there's a guy named Justin 2019 that was also present. He actually joined not long after I left, should I say. Or whatever. I can't remember. But I did see his name in there. Right. Also, yeah. This is all before the day. This is basically before the morning when MJ was supposedly at the train station, right? Because obviously because I was with Arcade Pilot at the time in the Discord, and then the next thing you know, MJ comes in he comes upon live on air panel, right, with us two, me and Arcade Pilot, right, where he's literally sitting outside of a train station, and guess what? MJ was sober. He was literally sober. I'm thinking, okay, so if you're sober now, that means you're more incapable of doing a show. Like, now this is meant to have been the initial plan for one of the episodes. One of the initial episodes is meant to have appeared on stream, as in the show, completely sober. To go one whole show without even touching a single drop of alcohol. But I guess that plan went out the window entirely, didn't it? That plan literally went out the fucking window. So, yeah. Obviously, I even explained to MJ at the time, right? You are more entertaining when you're sober than what you are when you're intoxicated. And MJ's like, yeah, well, I don't think, I don't like being sober. I mean, if I'm doing a live stream, or if I'm on your show, if I'm sober, I intend to shut my mouth, I intend to shut off, and that I don't really talk. I'm not as talkative as what I am when I'm drunk and stuff. I'm thinking to myself, no, that's not true. Everyone is capable of being entertaining regardless, right? Basically, I wasn't going to bring him back. But I did bring him back for two reasons, right? Because one, I genuinely felt bad for the guy. And two, the fact that the whole freaking group call thing happened, I thought to myself, you know what, this is not your fault. I'm going to bring you back on the show at some point. So, I chose to give him back his host role, right? And then, when that show initially happened, right, he came back. He was back on the show. Obviously, I think this is the episode where, supposedly, I was meant to have I was meant to have kicked off on the show. I was meant to have kicked off knowingly. I was assertive. I was being firm and assertive, as in, you know, as I am now. Well, as you guys usually see me being like a certain way, not shouting or raising my mouth or anything. No. Basically, then MJ was like throwing little digs. I mean, I took them as freaking jokes at the time. I took them as fucking jokes, and I still do. He was saying something on the lines of, you know, when I do some, when I do certain things, you're doing like what I do. You'll bring out your inner MJ Huffy side. I'm thinking, what? I was like, thinking to myself in the back of my mind, what you on about? I'm bringing out my inner MJ Huffy side. I'm thinking to myself, I'm nothing like you. I didn't say it on stream, no. I didn't say it on the show, no. I was thinking it, but I never said anything about it. Like, I was like, what do you mean? I'm thinking to myself, what does he mean? I'm bringing out my inner MJ. I mean, no offense, me and this guy are not the same people. I mean, yeah, he has a habit of talking like me, and he does. He has a habit of talking like me. But, I think to myself, what is this? But then, obviously, yeah, I give him freaking praise, and I did. I don't dispute that. I did give this guy a lot of praise. Well, I didn't give him that much praise. That's just a complete exaggeration on his end, right? At no point did I give him all the praise in the world. Because at the end of the day, right, yeah, fair enough, he was sort of behaving himself in episode until up until the time where there was this altercating named Ross that appeared in the chat. So I told that guy to get the fuck out, like. But then, this is around about the time where MJ supposed to went to the toilet, right? But then I said to people that I'm going to go to the toilet, I'll be back in a few, right? Little did I realise that as I was leaving the bedroom to go downstairs to go to the toilet, MJ had come back to fill in the dead air. Now, there is one person I can confirm this, right? That's FBI director, because he was literally present in the chat as this is going down, right? Where MJ was making threats to the trolls, the people that me and him have been having to deal with for a very, well, quite some time now. He was saying things on the lines of, he was like, right, listen, whoever just rolled up OsG, get the fuck out of the chat. You got no place being it, you got no reason being here. And he was saying things along the lines of, you want to start on someone, you start on me, and all this stuff. He kept repeating himself like a broken freaking record, and I'm thinking, then eventually, I came back through that door, I sat down, and I was hearing MJ literally saying all this stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, oh no. I'm thinking, just when I thought it was going well, he's now starting running his mouth. Like, so I tried to tell MJ, like, listen, bro, ignore it. Don't feed them. Don't give them attention or anything. And he's going, no, you gave me praise earlier. Was I kicking off? And all that stuff. I'm thinking, no, you was not literally kicking up, but you're doing something right now. You're doing what you're doing now, like. And then, then obviously, I believe it was K-Bears in the chat that, was like saying something at the time, and I agreed. She was right about what she was saying, and I said to MJ, listen, man, we need to change the topic immediately. We have got to change the topic. We got to get this show back on freaking track for the sake of the audience, like. And yeah, so I said something stupid. I said something, well, it weren't really stupid. I was trying to make conversation with the guy. Like, I said to him, how's your day? How's your day been, MJ? Like, and then we just started talking away. But obviously, this is around about the time that me and MJ supposedly come to a pact, right? We came to an agreement, in other words, like that we would start talking about certain individuals as in the trolls. Like, I tried to say to MJ, do you agree? Starting from now, we never mention these people again on this show. And he goes, freaking agree on that. And he was doing this, like, as he's promised, he was doing, oh, this is my double promise and all stuff like that. So I thought, okay, fair enough. But then, as I was asking him how his day was, I was getting the impression at the time that he was trying to catch me out. Basically, he was trying to say things, like, to get me to say something regarding them fuckers, to try and catch me out. And if I would, you see, the thing is, I was not willing to break my promise. I made a promise on that show, starting from the time I mentioned it until whenever, like, I even said I'm not going to be one to break this promise, and I never. Not once did I break the promise. Not once did I ever break that promise. However, it didn't take MJ long to break that sacred vow. He broke the promise eventually. He eventually broke the promise, right? As soon as he mentioned about the trolls and that, I thought, no, MJ, what the fuck do you think you're fucking doing? Do you not realise what you just done? You got him fucking broken your word. I was like, you gave your word, you broke your word, and that. And he's going, no. He's going, let me finish. He's going, no, let me finish. And I thought, no, I can't do this no more. I was like, I can't do this. So technically, what had happened is that I disconnected myself from the panel on Discord. I did not boot him out of Discord. I disconnected. And you could literally see live on stream me disconnecting. Then eventually, he disconnected. So I was a bit baffled of why this could even happen. Like, so I was like, I was like thinking to myself, what a magic, what drastic turn of events this has been, and that. But then my phone went off. Yeah, my phone started going off. I received, 2 voice notes from MJ on Facebook Messenger of him whining and complaining. Oh, I was going to say something very important, but you wouldn't let me finish. Some friend you turned to me, thanks a bunch and stuff like that. I'm thinking to myself, what on earth is going on? Like, what is this? So, me being me, I kept my cool at the time. I literally clicked on held down the microphone thingy to, like, speak, to send him a voice message saying, listen, MJ, you're fired. You don't ever speak to me like that again. You don't fucking speak to me like that again. All that stuff, right? But then, little did I know that as I was taking my hand off the freaking thingy for it to send, I actually swapped the phone a bit and it caused it to unsend. It didn't even go through, so I had to literally act fast. I then literally had to type in a freaking text to him and send to him that way, informing him that he was removed from the show, that he was abruptly fired because of his actions. Because if he's going to start saying things like, oh, I was going to say something else about the trolls and I was going to leave it there, I'm thinking, no, you was not going to leave it there at all. You literally started up the conversation. You initiated the conversation again. So again, if you're going to do that, then there's no point me keeping you on the show. If you're just going to be centering yourself around freaking poxy trolls or petty behaviour like this and that, then there's no point you being here anymore. So, yeah, that was that. But again, at the same time, I thought to myself, what do I do now? Because it's not like I could get anyone else. I mean, to be honest with you, right, Arcade Pilot only made, one brief appearance, I believe. He only made one appearance, but again, he was never always on the show. He was MJ was also talking smack about him. He was talking shit about Arcade Pilot, not once but 2 occasions apparently, from what I can remember. he felt as if our K-pop wasn't even capable of being a co-host of the show. And I'm thinking, don't you dare. I'm thinking, don't you dare, MJ. Don't you dare start belittling our K-pilot. I mean, fair enough. He may not be here, but trust me, he's still part of the show. And yes, he did make an appearance on one of the episodes. And I commend him for that. You see, with our K-pilot, his situation was entirely different. Now, me personally, I don't know why our K-pilot was never come on the show, oddly. But that was down to him. But there could be more to it, I don't know. I have no idea why. This is not me getting at our K-pilot. I would never do that because he's a friend of mine. Right? However, you know, with MJ, I mean, we can all understand how MJ can be when he's had a few to drink. I mean, look at me right now. I'm drinking right now, but knowing that you can't see on stream, I got a can of Foster's right next to me. But again, I've only just taken a bit of a sip before I started the stream. For those who don't believe me, I'll show you now. I mean, yes, I'm going against my own principles there. As you can see, Foster's. So technically, I'm going against my own principles, but the difference with me is that I'm not actually intoxicated. I've only had a little bit out of this since I've opened it. And that was literally before the stream. So there you go. Now, me personally, I don't normally drink. I don't normally drink on stream, guys. I literally don't normally do this. I only drink occasionally, like on special occasions. But for this instance, right? For this instance, I literally have to prepare myself, cause with this is what MJ calls his truth serum. Is so-called kryptonite. This is not kryptonite. This is just an alcoholic beverage, right? That's just alcoholic beverage. It means absolute nothing. As of right now, I mean, to be fair here, right? Since MJ's departure, right? Since MJ's departure from the show, and since the initial, well, I should say the original episode 10 was removed, I thought, you know, I'll put this one in its place as a replacement. Cause me personally, I don't know whether I'm going to be doing a season 2 to this, because mind you, I did mention in some of my streams that this is my final run on YouTube as a content creator, but that's going to be months down the road yet. So I've got from now until whenever to do as many of these episodes as I can. So yeah. However, right, I did initially say to Arcade Pilot and that, or I believe it was someone, that I am looking for a new third co-host, right? I believe that this was on one of my Duke Nukem live streams I did in the past. Well, this was some time ago. It wasn't, I wouldn't say it's recent now. It's sort of recent, should I say, but about a few months ago, right? I said I was looking for a new third co-host. There is someone in the chat right now by the name of Proto Gaming HD. I was talking with him at the time. I believe he's one of the Duke Nukem live streams I was doing. And I asked him if he wanted to be like a new third co-host. And he said he's willing to do it, I believe. So, yes. But you know. But as of now, guys, for this one episode, it's gonna be just me. It's gonna be just me for this one episode, because obviously, you know, the reason as to why I'm doing this is because I just want to get the truth out there as to what really went on, you know. Because there was stuff that happened behind the scenes. I mean, to be fair, yeah. After dealing with all them complete imbeciles and utter idiots and stuff like that, you know, as in the trolling idiots. As you guys may know, Shinobi Ben is known as Jamal. You got this other idiot named Connie Rude, obviously, who's a complete utter douchebag, right? And also you got this guy who pretends to it. Well, I can't really confirm if he's a doctor or not. I don't believe for a split second that he's a real doctor. I don't know because I'm not him, am I? So again, it's just that when I first saw him on that one stream that's now since been deleted, right? He didn't even look like a doctor to me. He didn't even sound like a doctor. He sounded like freaking Squidward from fucking SpongeBob SquarePants. He literally sounds like Squidward. I'm not joking you. This doc person sounds like freaking Squidward. He does. It's so funny when you consider it, but also you got this guy Connie Rude. I mean, he sounds like a cheap lane knockoff of Logan Paul. He does. He does. I'm not saying he's Logan Paul. No, that's a complete exaggeration for those who think that. No, I'm saying he sounds a little bit like Logan Paul when his voice gets fucking a bit high pitched sometimes, because I've heard it in the fucking WrestleFest stream. Not the recent one, the WWE one for the 360, the Xbox 360, when I had them all in the Discord on live on air. You know? When he was going, you're so stupid, bruh. That's when he sounded like Logan Paul. That's the only time he literally almost sounded a bit like Logan Paul. I'm thinking in the back of my mind, what does this fucker sound like Logan Paul? You know, it's just, it was the impression I was getting at the time. But yeah, guys, yeah, I believe on two occasions, you got this little fucker Jamal, right, sending me super chats. I believe he done it on the Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah, he done it on the Marvel vs. Capcom stream, and again he done it on the RoboCop stream. That's when Connie Rude got involved and started super chatting to me. But with Jamal, he was impersonating MJ. He was impersonating MJ, for which I already noticed because I took the time to look into it. I took the time to look into this alleged account. You see, the trolls think they got me right where they want me with that one. No, they don't, because it's a bit odd how you consider the fact that whenever, you know, that Jamal Shinobi Ben person, wherever the fuck he's called, right, appears, Corey Rude now always comes around eventually. You know what I mean? So the fact that he also appeared, it left me figuratively scratching my head, not literally, but figuratively scratching my head at the time. I'm thinking to myself, hang on, why the fuck is Rude here? I mean, he actually had the account called Rude Misses You. I'm thinking, why you got your name as Rude Misses You? I mean, no offense to you, fella. You don't know much about me, right? You don't know much about me and stuff. And you're putting things like you miss some. I'm thinking, what, you miss someone or you miss me or whatever the hell it is. I'm thinking, no offense to you, Connie Rude, we don't know each other. You've only seen me on YouTube, live streaming stuff. You've never actually flipping met me in person. You know what I mean? Not that we will. We will never meet in person. No, we won't. Not by a long shot. Not by any means. Just like I would never meet Doc. Just like I would never meet Jamal. I will never meet these people. So I find it interesting how anyone could say, oh, we're going to cross paths, we're going to meet each other, we're going to touch it. No, shut up. Shut the fuck up, bro. We're not going to meet. We're never going to meet. We're not. But I can't really call this trolling anymore. I can't call this trolling. I can't. Because the way I see it, right, trolling in meta form, right? Trolling is meant to be well, trolling is supposed to be. Sorry, trolling is supposed to be like it's meant to be a joke. It's meant to be you pranking someone, right? You're meant to be like basically trolling is based on you know, you winding someone up online to get reaction, like funny reactions for laughs and giggles, like that sort of thing, right? I know it's because I used to troll myself on Xbox 360, not doing it as a YouTube video or anything. No, I was once one of them people, but the difference with me, I was a vigilante. I was going against other trolls at the time. No, I didn't go against the gnome. That never happened either. That never happened. I would never met that fucker back then. I did it from 2007 up until about early 2009. But the difference was I was never doing it on freaking Halo 3. The only problem is that I was not using an account called OsG Nightrider. I was using an entirely different account on the Xbox. An Xbox account, an Xbox game tag that I still have to this very day. I still have that game tag, but no one even knows what that game tag is. For those who have been on Xbox, I would know for a fact. Like for those back in the day that knew who I was back then, if they recognised my voice, they would know straight away who the fuck I was. If they recognise my voice, even now, they would know just who I am. They would literally would recognise it right off the bat. They would go, "Oh my god, you're that so-so person. Yeah, you're the little fucker that trolled me on fucking Rainbow Six Vegas once. That's what. I like be. Yeah, yeah, I know you. I'll be like, how are you doing, man? I wouldn't troll him again. I'll be like, no. How are you doing, mate? I've seen long time no see, bro. That's what I'll be like. Because at the end of the day, right, I'm not a bad person. I'm not. To be fair here. The truth is, right, the truth is, I always do it to get the other trolls, like people that would troll other people. Like, the thing is, I never met Jeremiah. I didn't meet Killer Carry. I didn't meet Spot and Jay. Any of them. Like, I did not even know any of them people back then. However, I did get into a conversation with them on Xbox around about, I believe it was sometime in 2010. Yo, hello, Broke Man. Hello, Predator Gaming. How are you two doing? Yeah, basically, you used to be a. What was that, man? You was a jokester. What was that? You was a big jokester. That's what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Basically, right. I wasn't just doing it on freaking Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2. No, I also done the same thing on Call of Duty one time. I believe it was Call of Duty 4. I believe it was. I done it on there too, under the same freaking game tag. But the difference with me is that I was not trapping people in corners or team killing. No. That's the only thing about me. I did not team kill on Call of Duty 4, and neither was I trapping them in corners. I wasn't doing the flashbangs or whatever, like they did, like Jeremiah or whatever. But again, you see, the thing is, right, with me, when I first done it on Call of Duty 4, I believe it was a team deathmatch. It was a team deathmatch game on, I think it was Overgrown. That was it, Overgrown, I think it was. And I said something at first, and it caused my whole entire team, everyone on my team started fucking laughing. Everyone on my fucking team literally just burst out fucking giggling for some unknown reason, and I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck did I just say to? What's so fucking funny, like? And I'm not gonna mention the game tag that I used, but they said someone goes, "You are fucking hilarious, mate. Fucking what the fuck?" That sort of job, like. Then I had to buy a couple of friend requests. I had friend requests off the whole lot of them. Then one of the people on the enemy team sent me a friend request after because he actually heard it as well. And he caused them lots to start laughing. So I thought, what the fuck? So it got to the point, right, where they couldn't even concentrate what I was doing because I was laughing so freaking much. You know what I mean? It was just one of them. But then I believe it was obviously, yeah. It wasn't until I eventually started playing hardcore team deathmatch or hardcore. Actually, no, it wasn't just that. Hardcore team deathmatch is a mode where you can kill your teammates. Apparently, that's all I know too. But it was, I believe it was hardcore search and destroy. Is where, yeah, I sort of rubbed someone the wrong way on that freaking game. I did rub someone the wrong way, literally. Literally rubbed someone off the wrong way. So me and that person got into an argument on there, which caused almost the entire lot of them to get into a freaking verbal conversation with each other, and that. And then the next thing you know, it just went south, and then eventually I left, and then, you know, it just sort of went tits up from there, you know. But I thought, okay, I thought, fair enough, like. You know what I mean? He just fucking. But again, with the game tag now, the game tag that I used to use it's no longer got any friends on it. I literally whopped the entire lot. I whopped the entire lot because, you know, there was one time, right, where somebody, like, someone was trying to act like a Microsoft employee at the time. Someone named Kaiser Soze. There's this guy named Jared. He's known as Special Needs or whatever on Xbox. He used to be called that, by the way. There was a time where me and him got into a fucking bit of a, you know, a bit of verbiage. Eventually, he was a friend of mine on the friend list and that. But then me and him got into it a few times, and then the next thing you know, his brother at the time, it was known as Kaiser Soze or whatever it was, he had this other game tag called C4 Andy. So he tried acting like a Microsoft employee by sending me voice messages over the fucking messages, like, and I said to him, right, I don't believe for a split second you're a Microsoft employee. I said to him, you think I don't know why this game is fucking played? I think what's your deal? Like, I know you are, and that, you know. And eventually, he actually tried to confront me. So I said to him, I said to him, I said to him, so what you're trying to say is that you want my game tag? Is like, do you want my game tag? Right. So this is around about the time where I created another game tag. I literally had another game tag on spare, so I thought to myself, there's got to be a way to get rid of this game tag. I need to get rid of this game tag because there is way too much history with the tag I'm using currently, right? So I had to find a bit of a guinea pig. Now this guy, you're going to find very interesting. I found a little guinea pig, which was the guy on the C4 Andy account, which is Kaiser Soze. So I said to him, right, how would you like to have a brand new game tag? And at first, he thought I was fucking joking. He thought I was having a laughing joke with him. I said to him, no, I'm being complete Richard fucking serious. If you want it, I'll give it to you. I am more than willing to give you the email and the password because I do not want this no more. I do not want to be associated with this game tag anymore. It's got too much history. I'm already having people gunning for me as it is. I need to get the fuck out of Dodge, like that sort of thing. So he kept saying, no, do not send your email to me. I don't want your email. I don't want your password, all that. He goes, no, Go and do one like that. So I sent him a message after that. I sent him a voice message. Get my fucking words out in a minute. I sent him a voice message, and I said, and I quote, I sent him a message, right, to Xbox, stating, oh, you don't want it, do you? You don't want the game tag. Well, guess what? I'm sending you the details anyway. So keep an eye out for the next message. So what you're going to do? I sent him the email first in one message. I sent him the freaking password afterwards. Bear in mind, I changed the password to something short before sending it to him, right? So technically, well, it weren't just that. I also managed to find a way to change the email too. I actually changed the email and password before I sent it to him. So yeah, this was literally done a day. This is done a day freaking prior, because mind you, being his guy's younger brother actually had the dispute before this guy, as in his older brother, got involved. Like, so yeah, that was that, and that's when I actually had everything set up and that. Basically, it wasn't my real email or password. Don't worry about that. It was just basically it was an old email that I had it changed specifically for that account and that. But then, you know, I saw a guy over to him. But then he recovered it. I made sure of that. He recovered it. But as years went on, guess what I did? As years went on, I managed to instantly remember the email that I put and the password for that account. Now, bear in mind, the guy made a big mistake by never changing the password to that email. He never did. So guess what I did years later? Out of sheer pot luck, for some odd reason, that the freaking account was in dormant. It was not being used at all. It was just left there offline for years. So I sort of managed to recover that email. I managed to remember the email because I had it on hand at the time. And I had it on a piece of paper. I written it down as well. Right, I literally forgot that I had it. So out of sheer luck, I managed to type an email, type in the password, and recover it. This is on the 360 at the time. So I recovered it, and guess what I did? I changed the email from that back to the old email that I had initially linked to that account, and the password. So therefore, I freaking reclaimed it, didn't I? I reclaimed my old game tag back, which is now on the Xbox's X. It's on there with my OsG Nightrider account. It's literally on there. So yeah, I got them both. I got both by trolling account and the freaking my current one I'm using now, which is the OsG Nightrider account. Anyway, enough about that. Right, let's get back to the topic at hand, because there's still a lot more I need to discuss with you guys, if you don't mind. Yeah. Initially, I don't know when it was now, I do recall seeing MJ's vlogging account where he made a few community posts where he stated for the record he was going to be trying to at some point he was going to be putting out a response video or just a normal video or something. But then eventually he tried to claim that he was quote unquote trolling people, that he was overhyped and stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen it, right? It's no big deal, obviously, because, you know, I don't see the reason why he should be making any videos anyway. But I'm hoping it's not about me, because I do not wish to get involved in any sports that's going on, right? But you know, yeah, it was at the time where, you know, he was meant to have done that, but he just didn't do it, so that's fine. But I did notice the comments in his comment section. He was getting a floodload of hate. He was getting freaking hate for whatever reason. Like, yeah, people didn't agree with it because obviously they knew it was about. Because these people, I think they subscribed to me or they've heard about me and stuff. Now, that was that. Now back to the little fucking trolls or whatever, right? Yeah, there's something I want to mention about that as well. Because for those who don't know, right, I'll briefly mention it on stream here on the show. Do you guys remember the Rainbow Six Lone Wolf live stream that, you know, where I made the infamous edgy jokes and stuff about the two individuals from the LCU? I know this is going to be risky me saying this, but guess what? The stream's no longer on private. That stream is no longer on private because guess what's happened? I fucking deleted it. I've deleted it. Because the reason why I've deleted that stream is because I don't wish to be associated with all the drama that's come from me, you know what I mean? I no longer want to be associated with all the drama that's come from that one stream. Because, no offence, right, if I would have kept if I would have kept the stream up or kept it private or public or in any way, I'm not saying it's going to stop people from talking about it, because obviously, you know, the LCU have got copies of that infamous stream that these fucking idiots are saying, oh, it's the most legendary thing in your entire streaming career. For one, I'm not relevant enough to be even called out for things like that, you know. I'm only a private figure, not a public figure at the moment. I would never be a public figure, but I'm nowhere even near as being qualified to be a public figure or whatever. So I find it ridiculous how Jamal says, for the record, oh yeah, you're 50% public figure, knowing full well I literally flipping shown the definition of what a public figure is, and I even give an example, like based on the views I get concurrently on stream. You see, I gave an example, right? I said, if you get about 7 or 30 viewers on a live stream on YouTube, does that make you a public figure? No, it don't. It does not make you a public figure. You see, I've even explained what a public figure is. It's someone who's assumed a role to specific prominence or has got fame attached to the name, politician, celebrity, whatever. I don't qualify as a public figure. No, I don't. So the fact that these idiots can say, oh yeah, you're 50-50, no, I'm not. Not by any means. But, you know, that's what the little twatty Jamal fucker tried saying in the WWE WrestleFest stream. So, yeah. Oh, guys, I'm going to type some... Right, guys, bear me a second, right, because I want your guys' input on this, if you will. I just want your guys' input. So what I'm going to do right now for you guys, yeah, I'm going to stop a poll. I want you guys to interact with this poll if you don't mind. If you give me a minute. Give me a sec, I need to literally prepare myself for this, because... hang on. Now, me personally, I need to try and type this in now. So, I'm going to type in... Okay. I want you guys to interact with this poll once I post it, okay? I need you guys to... Okay, okay. I want to add. I'm going to add some options. If you guys can bear me a minute. Should I actually? Okay. I want you guys to I want you guys to literally. Can I even send that? No. All right. Oh, it's because okay, it's because I typed in. So technically, any characters above 30. Okay, that's fine. So guys, if I want you guys to interact with this pod, if you don't mind. How do you prefer the show? Just me with hosts, or well, yeah. So the poll should come through very, very shortly on your end, guys. So if you want to interact with that, I don't mind you doing that. So yeah. I just want your guys' input, if you don't mind. I need your guys' input on this. So again, it would help. It would literally would help. Can you guys see it on your end? Is it coming up for you guys? Yes? No? It should be literally live. The poll should be live right now. So well, the poll's up anyway. So yeah. I don't know if it's coming up on your end, guys. Let me know. Let me know if you guys can see it on your end, if you don't mind. Okay. So I'll leave that to run for a bit, right? I'll leave that to run for a little bit. Because, yeah. I just want your guys' input on how you prefer this show to be. So, in that way, you know, we can get a bit of, you know, idea where the show should go. So I'll let it run for a bit. I'll give it about a minute or two. Then, and only then, I will then choose to end the poll as soon as. Okay, man. Is what I'll do is I'll let it run for about a minute or two, or however long, until I know for certain that it's got a bit of you know, the votes on it and stuff like that, and then I'll end it there. I just want your guys' opinion on how you think this show should go. So, yeah. Yeah, it's okay, mate. I'm glad it's up. Yeah, it's alright. Just need to be sure, because in case someone else could see the poll, I just want to make sure it's up for future references. So, yeah. Okay. I'll just let it run for a bit. Obviously, I know this is going to be a bit of a sort of lengthy stream, but guys, yeah. I just want to give you guys a bit of insight as to what really happened on the show prior to what had happened before. So, yeah. as I said, this show will not be an everyday thing. Obviously, this is not going to be a recurring thing. Because me personally, despite after everything that's happened on this show, right, I'm taking a big risk for bringing the show back. Because, there are times where, I'm just worried in case this actually goes off the rails again if I did have the inappropriate people on, like MJ for example. As for Jamal, aka Snoopy Ben, Dickwad Rude, and Squidward Doc, well, fake Doc, should say. I don't believe for a second it's a doc. I still don't believe it's a doc. I don't care what anyone says. Right. They would never be on this show. They would never even get within 5 meters of this show. They would never ever be welcome on this show, ever. Not in a million years, because given their track record and history, right, they would literally, not would they cause offence on this show, they would literally they would have this stream taken down a lot quicker if they was on this show, not being funny. Now, me initially, I was planning on having like some guests on the show in the past or before it all went pear-shaped, but that never really happened, did it? But that's another thing as well. I don't want this show to be like the LCU or anything like that. I don't want it to be anything like that, where it's just constant freaking chaos to the point right now where things are going to get taken down, streams going to get removed and shit like that. Despite the fact it's already happened already, it's already happened in the past, but I just don't need that happening because, to be fair, I could do with having my chocolate. I do not want another war on my channel, for fuck's sake, because mind you, right, yeah, that's something I want to bring up as well about that whole thing. Because if I don't mention it, with this one thing, if I don't mention this one thing right, then I'm not going to mention it at all, right? You see, MJ, in his second upload on his vlogging channel, I mean, I don't understand why he made 2 videos for, or whatever, because I never really watched his videos at first. I didn't really pay attention to his vlogging channel or anything like that after that. Or after, I initially did that last response on the original episode 10, I just left it. I literally left it because of the stream getting taken down at the time. So basically, I did not pay attention to his vlogging channel or anything like that because I was just doing my own thing after that. I just thought I'd leave it. So, yeah. MJ decided to make 2 videos where, I've already mentioned on this show, where he was laughing, giggling and shit like that. But in the second one, in his second upload on that one, following the first one, he was like going about me doing a training course on YouTube. Mind you, little does the dipshit realise that when you receive a community guideline strike or a copyright strike on your YouTube channel, you are under obligation and required to take a training course so you can fully understand, what is appropriate and what's not appropriate for YouTube or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like a survey. It's not you literally going on a train course using a gun, running gun, blah, 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 blah. No, don't be stupid. It's not as if you're training for boxing, MJ. What the fuck? You are under obligation to complete a training course. If you want to have your warning removed within a 90-day period or whatever, you are required to take that training course on YouTube. That's what it's for. That's the whole purpose of it, right? Now, me personally, it does state that you receive a warning, because they never used to have the warnings on YouTube, right? That was implemented by a few years ago. However, it does state that now that you complete the training course, the warning on your YouTube channel will be removed. But if you violate the community guidelines again, or the copyright fucking whatever, you will end up receiving a strike if you violate it again. Now, on a personal level, sometimes with YouTube, you don't always get a strike. Sometimes YouTube do intend to remove your YouTube channel with a warning and don't send you any emails. This is what I've been hearing over the years. Sometimes they just want to terminate your channel entirely. That's what I've heard. How true it is, I don't know. Now, me personally, I already know that the whole notification thing is true. That not many people do receive notifications for specific videos on people's channels. But if you set it to all, you will get all the notifications. You see, that's how I know. Okay. So, yeah. But now, on the 23rd of January, which was about the other day, or a few days ago, the warning on my YouTube channel has now since expired. I've no longer got a warning on my channel now. It's gone. Because after I completed the train course, I had to wait 90 days for it to expire. Now, me personally, I could have said the same thing about the Big Lebowski. And yes, it is a shame about what happened to the Big Lebowski. Yes, I already know his YouTube channel got terminated. For the same freaking... He was literally accused, let's just say, right, with Lebowski. You know, the local detractor channel. He's one of the main local detractors for the local live or whatever it was. In other words, right, as you guys already know, I already mentioned this the other day on one of my streams. I believe it was either Doomsday or Last Z stream, right? I'll briefly touch on it again, just so you guys are aware of it. The Big Lebowski was outright accused of the exact same thing that I was once accused of. SH, mind you, bear in mind, he was accused of it. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, this is fucking ridiculous. Is this exactly what the LCU is like right now? Is this exactly what they're resorting to? He's literally accusing people of SH and shit. You see, you didn't realise right now, with the Big Lebowski, right, he was always covering, like, the local universe, like, well, mostly local live or whatever, you know. He was mostly covering that. But many people are pointing fingers towards Daniel Keane, right? Because, and rightfully so, because with Daniel Keane, he does have somewhat of a history of getting people's YouTube channels removed. Now, doesn't he? Come on, let's be honest with you. He does have, come on, you know he has a bit of a history, because guess what? It's funny how it happened to Grace Thorpe, it happened to Lynx. It's happened to so many people, you know. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? It's just, you know, one of them, isn't it? It's just one of them. Wow. Yeah, I did watch the episode, basically, where he explained about what happened, you know. It was regarding that freaking big chap, Stephen Williams, Buggy2988 or whatever it was. Apparently he was meant to have made some comments about him or towards him, allegedly. You know, but then, the next thing you know now, he gets his channel terminated. But the only way I knew of this, the only way I knew this information was from a guy named Hey Harvey. I knew this information from that guy. This guy calls himself Hey Harvey. He's someone who is more of a Wings Redemption detractor, I think, but he does cover like a DSP, and he does cover locale sometimes, but yeah, he's sort of like a commentary detractor channel himself, you know what I mean? He's just one of them, but yeah. But you know, man, this was one of them. You know, I mean, I don't understand why. Because to be fair, I did see the screenshots they provided, as in the Big Lebowski. He did post. I don't follow him on Twitter, but I did come across some tweets in my timeline from when he, you know. Fucking hell, Jesus Christ, bruv. That wouldn't surprise me. That would not. Yeah, I think I do record scenes from that. I think I do record that. Yeah, I do. I do, man. I do. I do record that. Yeah. But the thing is, right? You see, with with Daniel Keane, right? When Lebrowski appeared on local pit. This is what I heard. I actually did see a clip of this. Actually, yeah, I did see a clip of this from I believe it was Huggy Show or OsG Cobb, because they're also detractors as far as the local universe. I can't remember which one I saw now, but this is on local pit. I believe it was this show called Local Pit, where you know, that guy, your mama, whatever his name is, he got Lebrowski on panel on that show. And then, before Lebrowski was supposed to mention, apparently Daniel Keane actually deleted the freaking stream, apparently, and that was it. But the question is, how fucking scared of Lebrowski are you, Keem? How scared of that guy are you? I mean, come on. Yeah, he's not exactly Voldemort, because it's funny how you mention him on your show and stuff. It's just the fact of the matter is, you know, I've said many times I'm not afraid of the big bad Keem. Never have, never will be. Now, me personally, yes, there's the one time where I wanted to debate Daniel Keane. I did. But just not on his show. I even said at one point it was going to be on my terms when I say so. You know what I mean? But knowing Evil Gnome Star, right, he doesn't do it like that. So I thought, fuck it, it's on my way or the highway. I thought, no, we're not doing it your way. Because if I was making any progress, like Becky Boop once said to me, if I made any freaking progress with anything like that, if I made any progress on it, then, you know, he would have had me removed from the fucking panel. He would have actually had me removed from Discord or whatever. So I thought, fuck it. Not gonna happen, you know what I mean? Let me just check the poll. According to the poll, we have a few dickheads in the chat, but they're not showing their faces. I believe it to be the Fraud Patrol. The results are in. After 5 votes, it's on 60%. Bring back MJ so he can mess it up. I don't fucking think so. That's definitely not fucking happening. So, which leads me to think right now, because there's a reason as to why I put that. There's a reason as to why I put that option as well in the freaking poll. You see, this is what I mean. There is a reason as to why I put that initial option in the poll. Is to draw out any little trolls that are actually watching right now. You see, it just also proves that, MJ and little trolleys are in cootsie, as in, you know, they're in cahoots with each other. So the fact that, you know, there are some idiots right now that want MJ to come back so he can mess up the show. Ridiculous. But I appreciate the feedback, though. again, I can end the poll because even though it's not going to go anywhere now anyway, so again, I don't really care. So yeah, it's fucking stupid though. At the end of the day, right, that was just an input. Not saying it will ever happen because guess what? He's never going to come back on the show. As long as I'm still reading things around here, he will never be allowed on this show. So, nice try, little trolls. We know you're kissing his, you know what. As in his little provi area, so I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? We already know you. Each one of them are going, meh. Oh, kind of, meh. Yeah, you're all kissing it, so. Not to mention they're kissing his ass, so technically, you know. But again, yeah, that's the trolls for you. End of the day, right? But I'm thinking in the next episode, right? In the next episode, I will have a host on. In the next episode to see how things will go, because I do appreciate your input, guys. I do actually appreciate the input that you guys have given, because that's what the whole point of the poll was, is to put that option there to draw some fuckers out. And I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad that I put the option now. Because that's exactly what the trolls want to happen. That was the whole fucking point. These fuckers was like, chaos, piss of chaos, yeah, chaos, yeah. Well, guess what? Not happening. And it won't happen. It won't. It's not my fault. Little Jamal is a fraud who likes to donate using MJ's real legal name, is it? But again, I've already mentioned that, so I don't really care. I mentioned that already in one of my streams, so yeah. And he can't deny it, because even though he could receive up to 10 years behind bars for what he did, for, you know, sending super chats using somebody else's legal name, even though he was a fake alt, even though it was a fake alt MJ account. Yes, guys, the whole Vlogs with MJ84 account that you saw in the Robocop and the Mob vs Capcom stream, that wasn't really MJ, that was freaking Jamal being a dickhead. The fact that he could literally use that account to super chat, right? It actually states by law that could be up to 10 years beyond bars in the UK. It could be 10 years imprisonment for doing that. Literally. Look it up, Jamal. Look it up. Because you'll be very surprised what you did. And believe you me, I know my law. It also states in the law that you can risk up to 10 years beyond bars for doing shit like that. And he can. Trust me, he can. Little does he realise that. He thinks I don't know who he is. That's the only problem with him, you see. Freaking Jamal, the idiot. Or Shinobi Ben, should I say. He thinks I don't know. Like I said, using someone else's name, whether it's an alt account or not, the fact that he used his real legal name, the fact that he used MJ's real first legal name, that just says a lot, don't it? Because of the end of the day, and also super chatting under his name too. You see, what MJ should do is that he could literally take legal action, and he can. It's not something I can do. It's got to be on his end, not mine. But the only thing I can do in that specific moment is actually inform him about what happened. Then it will be up to him to take the most appropriate action for it. Do you know what I mean? We already know that these trolls are obsessed. We know these little trolls just want a little bit more. Eh? They want just a little bit more. Because I know that cyber stalkers, yeah, that's what they are. They're not only are the frauds, right? I wouldn't call them trolls, right? I'll call them cyber stalkers. And what I mean by just a little bit more, you wanna know what I mean by that? When we go through the old obsessive behaviour stuff, right? When they're being obsessed, little fucking pricks, right? Yeah, I have it on good authority that these idiots, they want to do some zoozing and they want to get intimate and shit. Weird. No offense, right? I'm not that way inclined. I'm not gonna get intimate with any. Nah, don't be stupid. That's gonna be absolute fucking dumb. That's absolute stupid to even think that that would ever happen. In hindsight, that would never happen. No offense. I mean, it's alright, frickin' Jamal or the Shinobi Ben fucker saying, yeah, that Doc is his fucking partner. I don't really care what you two got to in your spare times or two. I don't care if all three of you do whatever behind the scenes. Fucking literally bum loving each other. I don't care what you do. None of my business. Just like my ex-girlfriend is none of your business. Just like my family are none of your concern. Yeah? You see, that's another thing that they do. When they can't get their own way, they start dragging up your fucking personal life, thinking that they actually know you due to what you said online, right? You see, and to think that fucking Shinobi Ben or Jamal once said, "Oh, I'm a Twitter guy. Oh, I discovered this OsG Nightrider guy from a viral tweet from both Keem and Becky Boo, blah 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 blah." No, you fucking didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. As I said in the last stream, that's not what happened, was it, Jamal? That's not quite what happened, because you're lying to yourself now. You'd be lying if you were to make out that you discovered me through Twitter. No, you fucking didn't. The only way you lot met me, if I may recall, if memory serves me correctly, the only way you little trolling fuckers ever met me was through the LCU Discord. Let's be fucking real with you. That's how you discovered me. Because it's funny how you lot was in the LCU Discord, and you've even, all you trolls were on record by even mentioning that as well. And Jamal even slipped up a few times in the WrestleFest stream, the WWE WrestleFest stream, which was for the 360, where he slipped up a few times, thinking I would not even click onto it. The thing is, I wasn't going to reveal that I knew what he'd said. He tried to fucking bounce around like he was nothing, but again, I already freaking knew he fucking slipped up countless times within that stream. The try to change and shit, right? He literally admitted that he was in there. And he did. This is what I mean. You know, I was like, he knows I know. Just like he knows that I know that he was faking being MJ to send some chats because he's a fucking fraud. Like I said, it won't be my fault if he receives up to 10 years behind bars, will it? It wouldn't be my problem. Just like Corey Rude could receive up to 20 to 30 years behind bars if he ever did do it. Despite the fact that, you know, Corny Dick once said to me, "Oh no, I promise you I'll be TOS friendly." No, idiot. No. You, Corey Rude, you said some offensive stuff too in that stream. Let's be real. You told me to control alt delete my Minecraft account, and you called me the F slur. Let's be for fucking real, right? That's what you said. Because you couldn't get your own way. You couldn't get through to me apparently. That's what you said, right? There's just no getting through to me. Because I'm not going to be doing some for your BS. And I never would do. Despite what you say. Right? Not to mention the fact that also Mr. Fake Docky Boy. Fake Doc. Let's just say Fake Doc. Yeah. Not a real doctor, by the way. I don't buy that shit. Right? Fake Doc. Right. Before I booed him from the frickin' thing. And they all got booed out the frickin' Discord forever, never to be seen again. Right? He was crowded with some real anti-Semitic stuff. And I'm talking some real anti-Semitic stuff, like anti-Semitism or whatever, or Gorabate, you know, and Frank and all that stuff for the, you know, the whole fucking, just really offensive stuff, really extremely offensive, you know. So yeah, so that's that. So again, yes, I know they're still, I know they're watching. I'm aware that they're watching because it's funny how it says concurrent viewers, right? Always go up to 4 to 6 or from 6 to 4 or whatever. I am already aware that they are watching at some point, so, you know, it always surprised me. I mean, to be honest, the fact that they're not in the chat, it don't mean nothing. But again, should we change that, shall we? Should we change that? To see, because it's currently on top messages, so if we change the thing to all, we might just see some magic. Let's have a look to see if we can find anything at all. Nope. I know we got Assassin's Squad was in here earlier, which is fine. Okay, so as of yet, nothing. So okay, so again, they have not really been seen in chat from what I can see, so that's fine. But however, they could be lurking, guys. Don't get too excited. Don't get too carried away about that, because they could be lurking at some point. Lurking. They could be lurking. Okay, guys. Right, how long have we been live for? Well, we've been live for nearly 2 hours, so I'm going to try and make this 2 hours, guys, if we can help it. We'll try and make this one a 2-hour stream. So, again, just so we can balance it all out, you know. But, you know, just out of curiosity, guys, if there is anybody watching this show, if you would like to be a co-host for tomorrow's show, then please hit me up in the Discord. If you want to actually be a co-host for the next episode. Because I highly doubt I want to get anyone else. The thing is with me is that I don't want, you know, to have anyone who's going to cause this entire show to go downhill like MJ did. You know what I mean? And I could care less if MJ is watching. You mean, I will give don't get wrong, I'll give MJ a bit of praise. I will. For some things, he was somewhat entertaining, but apart from all the offensive stuff, and apart from me and him going at each other like fucking cat and mouse or cat and dog, doesn't really make a difference, really. But, yeah, apart from that, he did bring somewhat, just a little bit of value, but again, he was ultimately trying to get the show taken down, in my opinion. But regardless of what he says, regardless of what comes out of MJ's mouth from here on end, it doesn't really make a difference, because at the end of the day, right, despite the fact I'm giving him fucking somewhat a bit of praise, it does not change the fact that he was a bit of a loose cannon, and he was, and still is, going to be a liability if he was to still be on the show. He would still be a liability, and I don't care if he takes offence to it. Now, I know for a fact that MJ has not been seen since, you know, he put them 2 videos out. However, he has been sort of active because he did initially post whatever he did to his community posts on his vlogging page. He posted a few posts on his community tab on his vlog page or whatever. I did see them. But if MJ wants to keep if he wants to have my name in his mouth, he wants to keep my name in his mouth, then by all means, I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, right, he can't make the argument that I've been speaking about him for fucking every single stream I've been doing, because at the end of the day, right, there have been game streams where I've never mentioned him, there have been times where I've never mentioned him, so he can't make that fucking bullshit excuse. He cannot make the excuse with me. He can't come that blatant BS, and you can't do. So again, yeah. But our guys, if you, like I said, if anyone watching this stream right now, if you want to be a part of the OsG Nightrider show, then please feel free to hit me up any time in the Discord. And I'm not saying it'll be tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow because I'm not too sure what's happening tomorrow. But again, if this show, I will have to make this. I have to do this show again either Wednesday or Thursday for you guys could bear with, because as of right now, I don't know if it's gonna be. I don't think it'll be tomorrow now. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or whenever. But again, if anything, it might be an early stream because I'm not too sure what's going to happen on the 27th. I'm not too sure if anything exciting is going to happen because, yeah. Because it was initially announced, right? It was initially announced that, I don't know how true it is, that a certain individual is meant to be coming back, but I don't know how true it is. So, do not quote me on that, guys. Because again, do not take me at my word because I'm not too sure how true that's going to be. Besides, I don't know anything about it because, you know, after everything happens, like, you know. But, yeah. Other than that, it's alright people wanting MJ to come back for one specific reason, but again, even if MJ's come back to the show, even if I was to bring MJ back, for example, you really think for a split second that MJ's going to mess up the show? You honestly think in the back of your mind that MJ would actually attempt to have the show freaking derailed? You must be out your goddamn mind if you actually seriously think that in your hearts of hearts. MJ, right, no offense, right, but MJ's had plenty of opportunities to mess up this show. He's had countless opportunities to mess up the show. And he has. And not once has he got anywhere. Well, technically, the reason is, right, this show didn't really disappear. No. I left it for one important reason, is because, one, I couldn't really do the show anymore because I was literally down to what me and Arcade Pilot, and it wouldn't have been fair to just for me to do it on my own. But again, I'm doing it on my own as of now to see where it measures up, because if I didn't do this stream tonight, then I would not be able to get your guys' input on what you want me to do moving forward, you know what I'm saying? But however, I know some of you want me to do a freaking what do you call it? You want me to do a solo stream from here on in, which I don't believe would even work, because to be quite fair, it's alright. I appreciate your input, guys. I mean, to be fair, it would be alright doing it solo, because, you know, there'll be less to deal with. But again, it's always best to have co-hosts involved, because you get to bounce off one another in that sense, because in that way you're not really fucking doing everything on your own and planning everything out as you're going along, you know. But the thing is, I wanted to better explain like what was going on behind the scenes. It weren't really that much to cover, to be honest with you. It weren't really that much to cover. I just want to get the truth out there, in a sense, because, mind you, the truth had to be revealed one way or the other. But like I said, if it hadn't been for the dickwads, the self-proclaimed trolls at the time as well, if they wouldn't have got involved, then MJ would have been okay to this very day. MJ wouldn't have gone the way he did. Yes, it's no secret that me and MJ have had history in the past. We have. It's no secret, but was MJ being malicious about it? I don't know. I honestly can't tell you, because at the end of the day, right, there have been times where me and MJ have come to like verbal conversations before. Every time I've always had a go at him, he's always clammed up. So again, I find it hard to believe that MJ would go his way to literally get this show taken off the air. I find that incredibly hard to believe that anyone would even think that. It's freaking ridiculous for anyone to remotely think that, oh, if MJ comes back, oh, or how's gonna break loose, oh, the ocean or the shit's gonna get a kaboom, no more. What fucking crap. Don't be stupid. Do not be stupid, trolls. That's if the trolls did put that initially. But again, not that it matters, but for instance, the purposes, yeah. I think it's best, right, if MJ never comes back, because no offense. The whole purpose was to expose the truth, to put the truth out there at the end of the day. Honestly, but again, despite the fact MJ has been called to pieces, I mean, MJ has been called a crackhead and shit like that, we already know it's no fucking secret. But at the end of the day, this, at the start of this show, when this show first launched, it was more of a fucking Timu rip-off of Jeremy Kyle or the fucking Jerry Springer show or fucking Trish show or any of them talk shows, you know. No, this is meant to be like a podcast sort of a show. It's meant to be like, not like the LCU, nothing to do with the LCU, not affiliated with the LCU or anything like that. It was meant to be about three, like I said, three protagonists having a good laugh, having some fun, talking about fucking stuff. But it just went from that into pure to chaos. That's all it was down to be honest with you. So, the intent of this episode was never to cause offence. This is not to cause offence. This is not to burn any fucking bridges, even despite the fact that bridges have been burnt anyway. So, you know, there are bridges at the moment that can never be mended, and there is that. But also at the same fucking time, you know, I don't know what else I can tell you. I really don't know what else I can fucking tell you guys. I really don't know, because to be honest with you, there's only so much I can say, because mind you, I don't do fucking NDAs and shit. We don't do NDAs, that's not what we do around here. I'm not going to hold someone to an NDA. I'm not going to fucking say, oh yeah, you need to sign an NDA. Don't be fucking stupid. That would never happen either, because I don't see what the fucking whole entire point is in having an NDA or whatever. It's fucking ridiculous. As I said, if anyone wants to be hosting a show, just so you know, you're not being held under contract. You're not obligated. You're not an independent contractor. You just being here. You just be a part of the show. Because at the end of the day, right. The thing is, I want to have some fun, but like I said, I don't know if it will be tomorrow. It could be tomorrow. It could be the next after that. I don't know. I've got to try and work my way around a schedule for this show, if I'm going to have anyone on, right? But again, if Predator Gaming wants to, he can also hit me up in the Discord if he wants it on this. He can if he wants, if he chooses to. Then it'll be like me and him on the show, like having a bit of a chit chat about whatever, like. And if Arcade Pilot's available at any point, then it might be him as well. But again, I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, I would love Arcade Pilot to come, but again, that's where he's available. But, you know. Yeah, guys, I did say initially I wouldn't ever drink on stream, but I know I'm going against my own principles there. But the thing is, I'm still sober. I've only been taking little sips, that's it. I haven't been going mad on it, so don't worry about it. I'm still fucking sober as anything, to be honest with you guys. Yeah. Yeah, guys, I think I'll call it here. Because it's now just 1 minute before, well, just a few seconds before 2 hours or whatever. So, okay, 1 hour and 59 and 41 seconds, so yeah. I'll call it here, guys. And, yeah. I hope you've enjoyed. It may not be much, like I said, guys, I'm not going to hype up the whole show by thinking, oh, this is going to be the biggest, most jam-packed episode of all time, because it was just me. It was literally just me talking about whatever. Because obviously, I just thought it would be best that you guys knew the truth about why this show almost declined, why it almost collapsed. That's the whole point. That was the thing. I want to get the truth out there. So, yeah. That was the whole point, to like reveal the truth about what really went on, what caused this show to almost fucking fall into a decline. So again, not that it matters now. Anything. It weren't going to be a jam-packed episode. It wasn't been an explosive episode. Well, that was just an exaggeration at the time. But again, it was explosive in terms of me bringing up on that. But however, it weren't going to be like a kaboom, like a big fucking nuke. No, don't be daft. No, it weren't going to be like that. However, but for future references, I just want to stay and remain calm and neutral throughout this whole thing. I weren't going to be that biased. I mean, to be fair, there's a few biases from me, but again, not always to be very, very neutral in that respect or in that regard, because bear in mind, there's only so much I can say before you realise, you know, bridges are going to be burned eventually. Or whatever the case is, like. So again, not saying you guys are going to be enjoying this. So again, I can't really be the one to say, can I? So again, what can I say on that? But hopefully tomorrow, guys. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. It could be a gaming stream tomorrow. I don't know for certain. It could be an early one. It could be a late one. I don't know. I honestly can't say. But hopefully, if not, then it might be the show tomorrow. I don't know. I can't say, guys. I can't confirm it at this time. So, if anything, guys, you have to wait for tomorrow to find out what's really happening in regards to that. Because bear in mind, this show's only just came back. I mean, I'm just seeing how it goes, you know. I'm just going to see how it goes. I'm not going to say it's going to stay permanently. I'm not saying it's going to be a permanent thing, because obviously, I will say it for record now. I will say on record now, right? This show is not going to be a permanent thing, right? And it's not. There is no way this is going to be permanent, because I've even stated that a few months from now, or whenever, you know, it's my final run as a YouTube content creator. So again, whether that is the case or not, I don't know. I'm not saying for certain whether it will be my final run on YouTube at this time. I mean, I'm still a bit in the middle about it. Whether I want to just like continue doing YouTube or whatever, I'm still in the middle on that one at the moment. Regardless of what I put in the community looking posts and shit, I'm still sort of in the middle on it at the moment. So I don't know. I'm kind of trying to battle between wanting to stay, wanting to go. I don't know what's going to happen yet, guys. So try not to quote me on that if you will. So again, we'll have to see. And let's see how long this show will last before it ends up fucking declining entirely. So again, I'm hoping to make a good couple of more episodes out of it. I'm hoping to make at least how many I can, because like I said, I don't know how long this show's going to last for. I'm not entirely sure, but as far as me being a content creator on YouTube is concerned, I don't know how long that's going to be. Despite me saying, yeah, my final run and shit. So again, just don't get quoted on that if you will, because again, it's still early days, and it is. But however, it may change, it may not, I don't know. Like I said, I can't tell you guys, I can't really confirm anything at this time, whether that's going to be the case or not. So yeah. Okay guys, I'm just going to end here because I'm rambling on too much, you know what I mean? But however, if you enjoyed, be sure to hit the like button on the way out. And guys, as always, I will hopefully see you tomorrow, whether it's a gaming stream or the show. And if you guys want to be a host, please hit me up in the Discord right now. After when the stream ends, I will try and get a Discord if I can. And if you guys want to, I can bring you on the next episode if need be. So guys, I will see you all at some point. Until then, guys, I will see you in the next episode. Until then, check in a bit. OSG unit, OSG sign off, and saying checkers and goodbye. Have a good one.
So many heartaches, so many faces, so many dirty things you couldn't even believe. Or I would stand in line for this. There's always room in life for this.